All right, so this week we're going to be taking a look at a Nixon watch I picked up for just $26. Check it out. All right, episode 1, here we go. So welcome to Horology on the Cheap, and we are going to be trying to find and put together the ultimate watch collection, one cheap watch at a time. So today we're going to be looking at the Nixon Ranger 45. When I am looking for good bargain watches, Nixon is one of the companies that I keep an eye out for. The thing that I really like about them is that almost all of their watches have at least a 100-meter water resistance, which puts them a notch above a lot of other ones out there, like even Movement. Most of their watches only have like a 30-meter water resistance, so Nixon's is much higher. They kind of cater to maybe more of a surf crowd that might actually get their watches wet and stuff like that. So this is the Nixon Ranger 45. It retails for 175 bucks. I picked it up on eBay, brand new. It was actually on Amazon before it was on eBay for the same price, for $26. So it was a great deal, and let's take a quick look at it. If I can open this up here. Now, there's a lot of different varieties of the Nixon Ranger out there. So a lot to choose from. But if you're looking for a budget watch, you don't get as many choices, and this was the only one they had in that price range. It's a Nixon 45, and it's a green dial version. Let's see if you can take a look here. We'll get some close-ups of it in a minute. But the Ranger is kind of their military-inspired watch. If you look on the website and the pictures online, the dial looks like it's a very kind of bright green, and it's got kind of a weird pattern on it. Almost looks like a planet or something, which you kind of get that, but actually it's a lot more subtle in person. And the dial is actually a very dark green, and it kind of changes depending on the lighting. And again, we'll see that in some of the pictures. But so far, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's for $26, it's hard to beat this deal. And again, you get 100-meter water resistance. And yeah, why don't we go ahead and switch over to some of the close-ups and take a look at some of the other features that I've noticed in playing around with this watch that I picked up. So we have a 45mm stainless steel case with 100-meter water resistance on this watch. The band is a genuine leather strap, and the hands are loomed, which we'll take a look at in a minute. The loom is not terribly impressive. But here's kind of a close-up shot. As you can see in this lighting, you can see the green a little bit more. It looks almost more like a forest green, but the ink on the dial does kind of change colors depending on the lighting, which is cool. And you'll notice the applied order marker at 12 o'clock, that also changes colors. Sometimes it's gold and sometimes it's black, and you can kind of see it shimmering back and forth. So it's definitely an interesting watch to look at. I do really like the shape of it. It has the crown is at 4 o'clock instead of at 3 o'clock, which is a little bit more comfortable. It's got some pretty heavy-duty crown guards on it too, so it probably won't get caught on anything like that. But let's go ahead and check out the loom and switch to a dark place real quick here. So let me lighten it up. So there you can see the loom. Only the hands are loomed. The hour markers and the order marker, or the applied order marker at the 12 o'clock is not loomed. So you can only see the hands. So it's kind of hard to actually use it in the dark, and the loom doesn't last all night. So that's one of the kind of major disappointments with this one. But again, for $26, it's certainly nothing to complain about. At the retail price of $175, that might be something I'd be more concerned with. But here's a look at it on the wrist. Again, you can see that the numerals are they're painted on for most of it, so I don't see why they couldn't just have made those loomed. The strap is 24 millimeters, as I said. It's got a nice signed clasp that's pretty sturdy. It's a very nice strap. I was really impressed with it. Nice color. The watch is only 12 millimeters thick, so it's actually pretty thin and feels really good on the wrist. Overall, it's just a really solid watch, and I really like it. It's great for a daily watch. It seems pretty rugged, and can take a little bit of a beating, I think. Definitely the 100-meter water resistance is really impressive, again, for this size watch. One of the things that is interesting is that it doesn't use normal spring bars. These are actually a custom screw-in spring bar, so you have to have a hex wrench. That I was using a 2mm one to get it off for testing, and then it screws out, which I think is actually kind of a good thing. So it's much less likely for the spring bars to fail or for the watch to pop off the strap, but it is harder to change. You need some special tools. A regular spring bar tool isn't going to let you change the strap on this one, which I always like to try different straps out. See if we can get this in focus here, and just again take another look at the dial, which again is a really kind of cool dial that I really like. The case is a gunmetal finish, so it's a dark gray. It doesn't match like a typical stainless steel, band or something like that. So you'll have to, if you want to try and swap it out for a stainless steel bracelet, it's either going to be a two-tone, where the bracelet will be much lighter than the actual watch, or you're gonna have a really hard time finding one that matches right. I've been kind of looking around online because I thought it would look pretty nice on a bracelet. In fact, that's how Nixon normally sells it. So again, I picked this one up for $26. There's 3 different sizes for the Nixon Ranger. There's the 40mm, which is the smallest. There's the 45, which is the biggest, and then I think the newest one is actually a 44mm, and that one has a timing bezel on it. Unlike this one doesn't have, just has a flat bezel. The 44mm also has a date, which this is the 45. This one does not have a date. As you can see, there's no date on the dial anywhere. But I think like my dream Ranger, if I was going to get any of them, I would look at the 44, and they have one with a GMT complication, which I'm always really interested in those because I spend a lot of time in a different time zone. So I'm always looking for watches with a GMT complication. But yeah, that about sums up the watch. So far I've really been enjoying it, and especially for the price. You can't pass it up. And if you look around, sometimes you can still find them at that price. I'll post a link to a couple of different models and see if you can find one there. If you keep checking on Amazon, the Nixon watch on Amazon, they're always coming up for real cheap. You can get some time tellers for some really good deals too. And sometimes the deals will pop up on Amazon first, but the sellers will still have them on eBay even after they sell out on Amazon. But yeah, it's a great watch. If you can pick it up for, anywhere from, if you can pick it up for, I would say under $75, you're getting a great deal. And there's still a number of them in that price range. Even some of the 44mm ones with the timing bezel and the date window on it. So yeah, check it out, and again, look for some links down below. All right, so that's the Nixon Ranger 45. Hope you enjoyed the look at it. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll be taking a look at some other kind of affordable watches and see if we can put together, the ultimate watch collection, one cheap watch at a time. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.